next improvement that I make to Guess My Number. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to insert a cheat code which makes it possible for me to always win the game. And therefore, if you're playing with somebody, you can sort of say, hey, do you want to play Guess My Number? And you can say, I think the number is this. And I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, so first off, let's just play the game the way it's meant to be played. So welcome to Guess My Number. I have a number between 0 and 100, 50 too low, so now 75, too high, so 60, too low, 65, too high, 63, too high, 61, too low, 62. Okay, so I got it, it's 62, and it allows me to play again. I'm going to hit no, and it's going to say goodbye. All right, now what I really wanted to do is I want to be able to enter some sort of special character that hopefully the person I'm playing with will never notice me entering. So what I want to do is I want to say if I ever enter a number with a space at the end, like if I type the number 65 space, then it will always say that I got the right answer. So let's think about where in my code I'm going to do this. So it's going to be in here. So while human guess is numeric equals false, please enter a valid number. So what I want to do is I want to enter a guess which is 65 space, let's say, and I want that to say, yeah, you got the number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say here, I'm going to add an if statement. So is numeric would be false because if it's 65 space, it's definitely going to be false, so it's going to go here. So I'm going to say if, and then space, in human guess. So if the space is in human guess, we're going to do a few things. First thing we're going to do is we are going to set human guess equals computer number. So that means that we guessed the number, right? We just automatically got it. Else, we're going to keep going with this input thing. And then we'll do it as an integer, etc., so forth. So let's go ahead and see what happens. I think that this is going to give us a error, but we'll solve for that error. So let's go ahead and run this and see what happens. So first, can I play normally? So I'm going to say 50 normally. Your guess is too low. 75. Your guess is too high. So yes, it still works as a normal game, so that's good. Now we're going to run it again, and I'm going to say 55 space. So I hit the space key, but when I'm actually playing with my friends or whatever, I'm just going to hit that space fast, and then hit return, and hopefully they won't notice. But it gives me an error. Int object has no attribute is numeric on line 30. So what happened here is when I changed human guess to a computer number on this line, it became a real number. And then I said is numeric. You can only test is numeric on a string. You can't test it on an actual number. So there are a few ways for me to get around this problem. But I think what I'll do is I will turn the number into a string so that I can do this test. So I think that there is a way to turn a number into a string. Let's go ahead and check that. How to turn an integer into a string Python. All right. So converting integer to string. All right. Oh, it's just the string command, str. All right, great. It's a built-in function. So if I take string 123, it turns it into a string. str, there's the number, and it turns it into a string. Perfect. So I can go back to my code here, and I can say human guess equals computer number, and I'll just say string computer number. So it is, in fact, a string, and this way it will not fail when it does this test, which can only be done on strings. So let's go ahead and try that. Make sure it works. Okay, what's my guess? My guess is 45 space. Congratulations, you guessed it. The computer's number was 86. All right, so I've got a little bit of a problem here, which is I don't want it to say the computer's number was 86. I want it to say the computer's number was 45. So if I go down to here where it says congratulations, you guessed it, the computer's number was, I'll just change this to human guess, right? Because that also should be the computer number. So on line 46, I changed to human guess, and let's go ahead and see if this works. All right, welcome to Guess My Number. I have a number in mind between 0 and 100. What's your guess? So I'm playing straight now, so I'll not put in the space. Your guess is too high. So imagine that you were playing with somebody else, like your mom. Okay, I'll play with Snowy here. Hey, Snowy.
Hey, Dad.
Okay, so what's your guess, Snowy?
Okay, my guess is 50.
All right, Snowy doesn't know the trick, so she's going to guess 50. And her guess is too high. So I know that the guess needs to be lower. Or I'm going to, in order to make this fiction work with Snowy, I need to say a lower guess than 50. So I'm going to say, hey, Snowy, no, it's not 50, it's 34. But I'm going to type 34 space, but I'm going to do that, and she's not going to notice. And then I'm going to hit return, and it's going to say, you guessed it, the computer's number was 44. Wait a second. Why did it say 44? It should have said 34. You guessed it. The computer's number was human guess. Oh, I still have the problem that I set human guess to the computer number. How am I going to do this? All right. So I think what I need to do is I need to somehow get what I type in, 34, to be the answer. So, human's guess equals string computer number. And else, all right. Let me think about how I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause my video for a second, and I'll come up with the next video after I figure out how I'm going to make it always give me the number that I put in. I haven't solved that yet.